Yo, so what's good, fam? It's your man Jay. I'm back with another episode of Evolutionary Comics. You know, Wednesday just passed. Today is Friday. I'm just getting around to making this video. Busy man, I'm trying to get streamlined where I'm doing everything in more timely fashion. I got to get organized. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what's in my bag. So this is another episode for Evolutionary Comics of What's in My Bag. Let's get it. Alright, so I'm going to go through my stack real quick. I don't have a lot of time, so I really wanted to get this video out. I didn't want to keep putting it off. I don't know how many people out there look forward to or anticipate these What's in My Bag videos, but I hope more people do. I hope people decide to share with me what they pick up each week, and you know, we can kind of have a little dialogue about it. So, not to tarry along, but to move right into it, my first book is Marvel Comics Phoenix Song, and this is the variant edition. I didn't go crazy and try to get, you know, all the different covers, so I just picked up, you know, sparingly because I was really anticipating a particular book. The book is at the bottom of my stack. It's something that I have been waiting for, and it did not disappoint. I've already read it, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end. But back to Phoenix Song, Echo. And this is being written by Rebecca Roanhorse, and the artist is Lucia Maresca. And yeah, so this is pretty much about Maya Lopez. And I don't know if you guys were keeping up with the Avengers, but Maya actually became the next Phoenix. So she has the Phoenix Force with her, and so the book is really going to go through and show her adventures as the next Phoenix. We saw a little bit in the Avengers series. I forget which numbers it was, but I think it was right before the Winter Hulk, the She-Hulk arc of the story. So, you know, check it out. So it's the first issue, and I think it's going to be major in the future. You know, Marvel has a quirky way about showing you stuff and then making it mean something a little bit later. So you never know. They try to keep us on our toes, so I appreciate that. My next book from Marvel is Doctor Strange, and this is being written by Jed MacKay and Lee Garbett, something like that. I keep forgetting. Sorry about that, Lee. Always do it. But this is issue number 2. This is the coffin cover. This is cover A. There's a couple other covers for that one. I was definitely looking for a Scotty Young cover for it, so I don't know if Scotty did a particular cover for this one or not. So if you did, Scotty, and you see this, holla at me. I need that cover, bro. Alright, so going right along into my DC Comics, and this is Green Lantern number 7, and it's titled Kilowog's Last Stand. I flipped through a little bit. I see that John Stewart is still trying to get the Green Lanterns back together. Green Lantern Joe is out there battling, doing her best, so I'm gonna see what's up with that one. I still have a little bit to catch up with it, but it's been a great story so far, so stick with it. Alright, so next up is Black Manta number 2, and this is being written by Chuck Brown, and the artwork is by Valentin Delandro. And I love this because this cover is a Sanford Green cover, and if you know Sanford Green and Chuck Brown, then you know about Bitterroot. That's one of the main reasons I picked up this particular cover. But the story is getting pretty good. So it has a little bit of stuff about Nubia. I don't know if you picked up that, Nubia and the Amazons, but she's in this book, so there's going to be a little bit of the storyline. I hate for that to keep doing that, but it's going to be a little bit about her in the storyline, so it's going to be a little bit of a crossover. Plus, it looks like there's a new villain that appears in this one as well. So I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you what that villain's name is, but we'll see at the end who he is if you pick it up. Alright, so okay, so I'll go ahead and pop it up on a stand to make it a little bit easier for your viewing pleasure. The next book I have is Batman 115, and this is being written by James Tynion IV. And I picked this one up because it's normally in my pull list, but I'm excited about this one because I do want to find out more about the young lady over here who is the gardener. She popped up a couple of issues ago, like a little bit ago, and I haven't gotten caught up to that point to find out more about her. But she's somebody that works along with Poison Ivy, as you see. Want to know more about her because, you know, it's a new sister character. So we're going to check her out and see what her story is. Next, one of the anticipated books from DC is finally out, and this is Nubia and the Amazons. So I've been waiting for this one. It's being written by Stephanie Williams and Vita Ayala. I guess they're working in conjunction. I've been waiting for this. I looked through it. The artwork is great. It's beautiful, and the character is somebody that when you see it, she's just beautiful. So you're automatically going to be rooting for her. You know, I don't know if you dig Wonder Woman or whatever, but in that part of the universe, this is my new favorite character for DC, at least anyway. All right, next up is my Image Comics list, and I think that's it after this. It was a pretty thin week, but I picked up Gunslinger Spawn #1, and there was a couple of different covers for that, and I read a little bit about, I think it was in Spawn Universe. I can't remember exactly. No, it was in King Spawn. That's what it was. So it was a little bit about him in King Spawn, and I saw a little bit about his story. So I'm definitely interested in what's going on with Gunslinger Spawn. So he has his own little sub-series within the Spawn universe, which I'm anxious to see. Looks like it's going to be dope. Next up is King Spawn #3, and I picked up this particular cover. There's a couple of different covers out there. There's one that I wanted, the one with the little kid with the crown, you know, handing it to Spawn. I can't remember who did that particular cover, but I want that one. This one, I grabbed it because I thought it was a Scotty Young cover, but find out that it's actually Todd McFarlane's cover. So I think the little doll is what threw me off. But happy to have this, and I've been digging the story so far. That's one of the stories that I've been keeping up with, you know, in the multitude of everything that I pick up. There's only certain things that, you know, that I read immediately, and that was one of the issues. So that's pretty dope. All right, so next up from Image Comics is one of my favorite characters, and this is Ant. And you can attribute my love for this book from the artwork from the original series, and due to my maleness. You know, the female figure is nothing more beautiful. But I'm not digging the inside art. It's I don't know. It's kind of like kind of reminds me of Rugrats or something like that. So I'm not really digging it. I hope, you know, something changes with that. I haven't read it yet, so I'll be able to give you a little bit more info on the storyline once we get to that point. All right, so finally getting down to my last book, and everybody who knows that if you've been watching my channel, if you've been paying attention, Rodney Barnes is one of my favorite writers right now. He's been killing it with Philadelphia. He just came out with the James Bond, Ian Fleming's James Bond, that's what I'm trying to think of. Ian Fleming's James Bond series. He's also doing Army of Darkness, 1979. So everything is kind of coming out, and this is a book that I've been anticipating. I've been waiting for it. I know a lot of other people have been waiting for this joint too. And this is Nita Hawes' Nightmare blog. And it is, I don't know if you want to say a segue, but it's a connection to Philadelphia. So I'm gonna let it, you know, be known real quick. I hope it's not too much of a spoil. It's Friday, so you probably read it already if you were really anticipating it. But Nita Hawes is actually James Sanger's from Philadelphia's, his ex-girlfriend. So she has some things going on too back in Baltimore, and while he's in Philadelphia, she's in Baltimore. It's crazy. I just said Baltimore like the dude on The Wire, well, like the homeless guy on the wall, to Baltimore. Anyway, but this book is really dope. It's everything that I expected it to be from a first issue. Like I said, I have been anticipating, I have been waiting for it to come out. My only disappointment in the book is that I wasn't able to get every single cover. I'm tracking them all down now, so if you're out there and if you know about more covers or where I can get different covers, hit me up. So, you know, let me know. This particular cover is, let's see, this one is the Well B cover. It's the regular Well B cover. That's pretty dope. And I also got this one is the Francisco Matina cover. grab that one as well. That's really dope. Loving that one. And finally, the last one is the Jason Sean Alexander. And out of all the covers, this one is my favorite. I can't remember the exact periodical that that this cover is from, but it's an homage to, like, I want to say it's like, it's not Newsweek, but it's something like that, one of those periodicals. Anyway, this is really dope. So I'm digging that cover. Jason Sean Alexander on the artwork is always on the inside. It is it's a beautiful book. The artwork and the story matches perfectly. It's the perfect marriage. I always talk about having the perfect comic book because the artwork matches the storyline and everything just seems to just fit perfectly. And this is one of those books. I am super excited about it. I hope you guys are excited as well. Go out, grab you some covers, because I do. Look, Rodney Barnes is already an Eisner Award winner for Philadelphia. I know this one is gonna smash some awards. This is gonna be hella dope. I'm already like a super big fan of Nita Hawes. It shows a little bit of her backstory in this one, and it shows the villain, or I guess one of the sub villains, because I don't think he's the main guy. But anyway, it's dope as hell. If you love Philadelphia, you're definitely gonna love this one. This is Nita Hawes' Nightmare Blog, and this is volume 1, I guess. But it's a hella dope book. I love it to death. In fact, I'm about to go head to the studio and do a photo shoot with my wife. And before I go, I am definitely gonna stop by my spot, Emerald City Comics in Clearwater, Florida, to see if they picked up any additional covers. I know my man Frank, if they got some variant covers or something that I missed, he's definitely gonna put it aside for me, because that's my dude. We rock like that. But anyway, if you're out there, hit me up in the comments, leave, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, all the good stuff that we YouTubers ask people to do. But mostly hit me up in the comments. Even if you don't subscribe to the channel, you don't like it or whatever, I want you to do all that, but still hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking, because my life is like, an evolution of loving comic books. That's my thing. When I go to, the next world, they're gonna be like, that's the comic book guy. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being known as the comic book guy. Anyway, continue to rock with me. It's your man Jay. Continue to evolve, and we're Evolutionary Comics. Holla at your boy. Peace.